Real Greyhound commercial stars, true dog stories. People often ask me how I got interested in greyhounds. Well, stick around because the answer is going to completely surprise you. Today in the Greyhound Homecare Channel, I'm going to treat you to some great pictures and footage of real greyhounds in Greyhound Bus commercials. Believe it or not, the thing that sparked my interest in greyhounds was this. No, not a ride on a Greyhound bus, but this little toy Matchbox Greyhound bus. When I was a little girl and I used to sit and play with it, I would look at the picture of the dog on the side of the toy and would dream of having one just like it, named Petey. I wondered if people were ever allowed to own such a dog. After all, I'd never actually seen one in person, and I wouldn't see one in person for another 24 years. When my husband and I were first talking about getting married, one of the things we considered was getting a dog. Well, what kind of dog? I thought something little, like maybe a beagle. Not only had I never had a dog before, I must confess I was actually somewhat afraid of them. But my husband surprised me by saying the only kind of dog he wanted was a greyhound. And again, the question came up, are people actually allowed to have one as a pet? He assured me that his cousin had one and had been surprised himself to learn what great dogs they are. It wasn't long before he brought me to visit our local track. Like with my husband, it was love at first sight. At this particular track, spectators were allowed to stand right next to the gate as the dogs came out after the race. When the dogs saw me standing there, they all rushed up to the other side of the gate, smiling and wagging their tails at me. It was the friendliest, happiest, most adorable, yet well-behaved display of dog behavior I'd ever seen. I count the day I got my first greyhound as one of the most treasured days of my life. So fast forward a bunch of years to a fantastic segment I'd seen on the Jack Benny program. Not that I'm that old, I just love watching old programs. Whenever I find one archived in Apple Podcasts or on archive.org, I'll watch the whole series from start to finish, even if it takes me years. So anyway, one of these programs was the Jack Benny program. One particular episode featured vintage Greyhound bus mascot Lady Greyhound in a comedy skit, where she had a major role as a witness in a trial. The only problem is, when I was ready to make this video, I couldn't find that video anywhere. So when I come across it again, I'll post it separately because it's really cute. But don't worry, I have plenty more for you right now in this video. Greyhound bus lines first adopted a live greyhound as their mascot way back in 1957. Their new star was a mere pup of less than 3 months old, a little white princess with tan patches, kind of like you-know-who. She would eventually come to be known as Lady Greyhound. They didn't call her that right away, though. She started out on the Steve Allen Show, where she was dubbed Steverino, which I think is a terrible name for a dainty little girl greyhound. Luckily, the Steve Allen Show moved on to something else, and the Lady Greyhound campaign was adopted by the Emmy Award-winning Jack Benny program in March of 1959. This was not to be Lady Greyhound's only appearance, though. A wonderful article by Joan Dillon details not only many of the things that Lady Greyhound did and the places she went, but also an extensive list of awards and honors that were bestowed upon her. And I quote from the article, "During her career, Lady Greyhound officiated at the opening of new bus terminals by biting through a special ribbon made of dog biscuits. She traveled throughout the United States creating good public relations for the Greyhound Corporation and averaged about 25,000 miles of travel a year. Sporting a specially made tiara, collar, and a coat which spelled out 'Go Greyhound,' Lady Greyhound made many TV appearances and starred on the shows of Art Linkletter, Steve Allen, Jack Benny, Gary Moore, and Ed Murrow. She even visited the White House. In addition to her public relations work, Lady Greyhound performed a great deal of charity work, including visits to hospitals and nursing homes. During her career, many titles and honors were bestowed upon Lady Greyhound, some of which were Queen of National Dog Week, Queen of National Cat Week, during which she was made an honorary cat just for the occasion, God forbid, Queen of National Transportation Week. She received a Bachelor of Animal Letters from Moravian College, was the symbol for World Animal Day, the founder of National Be Kind to Dog Owners Week, the Lady in Waiting for Mrs. America. She received Mother Dog of the Year for 1960, bred to another greyhound. She had 9 puppies, and won the American Humane Society Award Pet Division Director for the Easter Seal campaign. Ms. Dillon goes on to say that although Lady Greyhound weighed just 10 pounds at the start of her career, she would grow into a 58-pound beauty. She retired at the tender age of 9 to live out the rest of her days as the beloved house pet of her manager, Lorraine D'Essen. Although the Greyhound bus lines never again had as long-running, no pun intended, a star as Lady Greyhound, there were a few more appearances of greyhounds in their advertising, which are worth noting. While you're enjoying these clever bits of Greyhound history, please consider showing your appreciation by subscribing, it's free, and interacting with my channel by leaving me a comment and a thumbs up. I know everybody says this on every video and you probably get sick of hearing it, but it's because it really does help promote the channel and keeps creators like me able to keep bringing you the videos that are tailor-made for better living with your pet greyhound, or any breed really.
Sorry, ma'am, you can't go in the studio unless you got a ticket.
Oh, well, I haven't one, but I
I'm sorry, ma'am, but if I left you in there without a ticket, CBS would give me a long vacation.
Oh, how wonderful. And now's the perfect time to let Greyhound plan it for you.
But, lady...
Just pick your tour from these wonderful Greyhound folders and let Greyhound do the rest. I suggest that you go right down to your Greyhound Travel Bureau now.
Good idea.
Wait now. Come on. I wish I had a name for you.
There are a lot of companies to consider for overnight door-to-door package delivery, but when it comes to price, consider this. Introducing Greyhound Overnight Express. Within 500 miles, we'll pick up and deliver overnight at a low price. For a 20-pound package from Cincinnati to Atlanta, Greyhound beats UPS Next Day Air, Emory, and Federal Express. Call Greyhound Overnight Express. We pick up your package, and we deliver your price.
Want to do some affordable exploring of your own? Greyhound has super friendly fares starting at $49, 2,000s of places when you plan ahead. Is this a great job? Or what?
In the race to get your package there faster, guess who's broken the overnight barrier? Greyhound Package Express. Greyhound Priority Service can get your package there the same day to cities within 200 miles. Yet Greyhound's same-day service has an incredibly low price. So ship Greyhound Priority and don't wait till tomorrow for a package you could have there today.
Great hashtags in Greyhound history. Famooglif. Today's hashtag is Famooglif, or fear of missing out on Greyhound's low fares. Used in a sentence, I was going to hold off booking my ticket to Philly, but then I got a bad case of Famooglif. Famooglif.
Here's one more look at the great vintage photos of Lady Greyhound. From here, follow the link I've placed in the description to my website, greyhoundhomecare.com, to access Joan Dillon's full article, When Greyhound Bus Had a Real Greyhound. Or hit this link and enjoy another great Greyhound video. And I'll see you next time on the Greyhound Homecare Channel.